Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, good morning to all. In the last video we discussed on logarithms and its applications, and also the measurement of angle, and two units widely used in physics are radian and degree. In between, how to bring the relation between them also I showed, and how to convert degree into radian or radian into degree. If you have the value in degree, to convert into radian, you have to multiply it by multiplying that value into pi by 180. If it is in radian, converting into degree, you have to multiply it by 180 upon pi, keeping in mind pi value is 22 by 7. And now you well versed with these trigonometric functions. But what we need, again I am taking these classes. So that trigonometry, already you know, it is the triangular measurement related to the triangle or expressing the angles of the right angle triangle in terms of its sides ratio. For that, just I consider the triangle. Let ABC, this may be the angle theta, and we named the sides also. So quite opposite to the angle, we call it as opposite side, mentioning I am as P, because it is also called perpendicular side. The two versions, whichever you prefer, can take either perpendicular side or opposite side. And this AB, which adjoins with this 90 degree with angle, called adjacent side, I am mentioning it as A, or it is also called as a base. The two versions how the labeling is done for these two. But the longer side is called as a hypotenuse, and I am representing as a H. Or in generally, if I take horizontal one as X, vertical as Y, and this joining as Z, as it is a right angle triangle, I can write this as a root of x square plus y square. Why I am writing, I come later. But on the basis of this naming of the three sides, so three basic trigonometric ratios are defined. The one is sine theta as a ratio of opposite side to the hypotenuse, that P by H, or I can write it as Y by Z. Opposite side by hypotenuse gives you the sine function. The second cos theta, adjacent side A by hypotenuse, adjacent side AB by hypotenuse, A by H, which may be written as X upon Z. And third ratio taken as tan theta as opposite side to adjacent side. Opposite side P, adjacent side is A, or it may be Y by X. These three standard trigonometric ratios are most often in most of the chapters we use in our physics. But we can derive from this the other three ratios. That one we call it as a cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by opposite side. Hypotenuse by opposite side. You know, opposite side by hypotenuse gives sine theta. Therefore, it is nothing but I can write it as a 1 by sine theta, derived from sine theta. 1 by sine theta become the cosecant theta. Similarly, secant theta. Secant theta is hypotenuse by adjacent side. Again you take adjacent side by hypotenuse become the cos theta. It is a reciprocal of that. Therefore, I can write it as a 1 by cos theta. Similarly, this sixth one as a cot theta. Cot theta is adjacent side to the opposite side. That is A upon P, which is nothing but 1 by tan theta. That is why we call these are derived trigonometric ratios from sine, cos and tan. 1 by sine theta is cosecant theta, 1 by cos theta is a secant theta, 1 by tan theta as a cot theta. The three sides we have. Correspondingly, you have defined and used and studied in high school and did various types of problems. But I am revising it. And three different relations, and for all possible angles round the clock of 360 degree, how these functions are varying are most important in physics, because at different angles we have to measure the values. So however, I taken the basic three relations and three other relations as cosecant, secant and cot theta. Knowing this, I am coming to one of the important relation you have learned, that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Wherever simple I will explain, otherwise you have to accept it. This can be shown easily using your Pythagoras theorem, because in Pythagoras theorem you know it is 90 degree. I can write x square plus y square as z square, no doubt. X square plus y square as z square. So divide throughout by z square. X square by z square plus y square by z square is 1. What is x by z we defined is a cos function. Therefore, I can write in place of this as a cos square theta. Similarly, y by z we defined as a sin theta. Therefore, it can be written as a sin square theta, which is equal to 1. So, this important relation we have to remember. Sin square theta, cos square theta plus it become equal to 1. Similarly, with that state only I can show. So, I think you are followed here. Define the ratios and one relation between sin theta and cos theta shown, and two other relations just you can get here. One relation we come to know, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Now I remove this. Just I divided this by cos square theta throughout. If I divide by cos square theta, you know sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta arises, because y by x, this I can write it as a sin theta by cos theta, because y by h and a by h. Y by z, x by z cancels, and getting sin theta by cos theta as a tan theta. So therefore it becomes tan square theta plus it is 1. However, 1 by cos theta you are defined as a secant theta. Therefore the relation comes to be secant square theta. We got that relation. The second 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Important relation necessarily required. Dividing throughout by cos function. Let I do the another one. Instead of cos theta, I remove this. Instead of cos theta, if I divide by sin square theta, this becoming 1, and if you see 1 by tan theta, that is nothing but we are writing as x by y is a cot theta, x by y, that I can write it as a cos theta by sin theta as the cot theta. So therefore sin square theta is 1. This can be written as cot square theta, and you are knowing 1 by sin theta is equal to cosecant square theta. So this you can write it as a cosecant square theta. So the three relations which are interconnecting with them, 1 plus cot square theta going to be equal to cosecant square theta. The simple relation I have shown here, the three relations are formulae. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Derivation is not important for us. Simple, therefore I showed, otherwise I not taking at all. 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is cosecant square theta. So now if we have a specific value, how this generates the angle? Let us see that one. First, before that, you are now well known ratios you have to recall, and those three relations are also important. I will remove this. So the problem is, suppose in the right angle triangle, the standard angles which are coming in entrance, because I am not going in depth again explaining all those, direct where we use and what are most importantly coming in entrance to solve the problems in physics. So if it is 4 and if it is 3, as it is a right angle triangle, you are knowing that this is equal to 5 because z is equal to root of 3 square plus 4 square. This side is becoming 5. This is the adjacent side which we defined as x as adjacent side, y as opposite side, and this z is the hypotenuse, we know. Suppose if I defined here sin theta, as usually opposite side by hypotenuse you are taking it, that is a 4 by 5. Similarly, if I write cos theta, adjacent side by hypotenuse is 3 by 5, and coming to tan theta, opposite side by adjacent side is 4 by 3. We shown the three trigonometric ratios, but what angle it preferably arises here? If you look into and go through the angular measurement, taking this and 4 and compass, you can measure what possible angle it can get here. It is nothing but this can be sine 53 degree, cos 53 degree, and tan 53 degree. That means theta is equal to 53 degree. You have the other side, you can take it as we measured for this. If I take this as theta, it is 37 degree because it is 90. For convenience, I turn this and may write. So let us take this 37 degree. Then this is opposite side now, having value 3, adjacent side as 4, and this hypotenuse as 5. Now also I can take what is sin theta. Sin theta is 3 by 5. Similarly, cos theta is a 4 by 5 because adjacent side by hypotenuse. And similarly, tan theta is opposite side by this is a 3 by 4. So this can be shown to be equal to sine of 37 degree. This is theta. This is cos 37 and tan 37. The specific values are used in entrance problems. So if it is 53 degree arises, sine function become almost equal to 0.8. Cos 3 by 5 or cos 53 is going to be equal to 0.6. Tan 53 is around 1.33. They are the standard values for those available. Similarly, if it is 37 and you have to find the values, now you come to know it become 0.6. And this become cos 37 as a 0.8. And tan 37, 3 by 4, 7.5. One combination, while the problem arises in entrance and when you are using the physics, so these values must be known. If it is 53 degree, then it will be 4 by 5. Cos 53 is 3 by 5, tan 53 is 4 by 3. Similarly, sin 37 is 3 by 5, reversed. Cos 37 is 4 by 5, tan 37 is 3 by 4. So, but we go to see, we are seeing all the possible angles because you know well, I hope any angles, suppose this is the angle within 90 degree we measured. So, but all quadrants when I consider round the clock, 4 quadrants, first and second, third and the fourth quadrant, the angle swings between theta may go up to 360 degrees in one round. So in trigonometric ratios, sometimes it helps us, yet necessary also that. So this theta is the angle, particularly you can think about this line which I am showing. For this line, this much. So the same angle theta can be expressed. Suppose with respect to vertical, you can think of what is this angle means you are writing 90 minus theta. Because this total is 90. If I deducted this 90 minus theta, or is somewhere the angle if I consider here, it may be theta, but what is the total angle comes here to here it is. If I taken from this particularly is 90 plus theta. The angle from x along positive axis to directly I come to this position. It is 90 plus theta. With vertical it is only theta. Or if I consider this angle as a theta for reference, this angle, then the total angle is 180. Total angle is 180. What is the angle this much then? That become 180 minus theta. Similarly, if I take here, the total angle from here to here, you can write it as 180 plus theta. 180 degree plus theta with respect to x-axis. This term is this. From here to here, 90 plus 90, 180 plus theta, 180 plus theta. If this is theta. Similarly, it is 270. If I call this as theta, then the total angle up to here I can, deducting this, I can write 270 minus theta. Or, if I take the value here, this as theta, then it is 270 plus theta. So here I can write it as 360 minus theta. If this is theta here, completely coming to this, like this it is almost. If it is x-axis, now the value is here. This will become theta. Then from here to here, this will be 360 minus theta. All angles we measure in the anti-clockwise direction. Or if it is increased, again theta become, for example, take. I can write one complete round is over. It is better to write as 360 plus theta also. So one cycle is completed, again repeats to the same value theta. Instead of theta, I can write this also as 360 plus theta. No problem. What I shown is, suppose if I angle theta dash, if I write as 90 plus theta or 90 minus theta, or I can write it as 180 plus theta or 180 minus theta. If I am writing means this theta dash is allied to this angle theta. These are all 90 plus theta, 180 plus theta, 90 minus 90 plus theta or 180 plus theta, 270 minus 270 plus theta or 360 minus 360 plus theta. What this implies is, these angles, theta dash may be anything which I am shown here. Out of these, anyone you consider, that angle is aligned to the angle theta. Therefore, we call allied angles. In case of that also, what the possible values of the sine, cos, tan appears, we have to see. Because the applications are necessary in physics. I hope you are understood. I tried here to explain you what is meant by allied angles. This theta dash is the allied angle. With respect to what? With this angle theta. That is allied to the angle theta are called as the allied angles. With this knowledge, I am coming to know how these values are changing. And as I given you here some standard values, you know in case of sine, cos, tan, the standard values for particular angles like 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, quite necessary. And how it appears, I will share some time for that. Before that, I hope you are understood this and also the allied angle concept. So let us consider the angle theta starting from 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree, allied angle started, 135 degree, 150 degree and 180 degree. What the possible values of sine function takes, we have to see. So I will use here. So whenever you define this sine function with respect to this any angle theta, this is opposite side and this is the adjacent side along x and y axis. And remember, this z value which I am showing is always positive because it is x square plus y square. The reason is x or y may be positive or negative, x square plus y square remains positive. However, theta we defined. Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side by hypotenuse is the sine function. Suppose in this, if this angle is joined here, if it is joined with this line, what is theta is 0. If this is the angle present earlier, when this theta is brought and made to join with the adjacent side, what is the magnitude of this y? 0. And also see hypotenuse side. This hypotenuse, that what I say z and y becomes 0, and it is what x we called, x is equal to h or x is equal to z. The angle then becomes same, both magnitude becomes same, theta becomes 0, y becomes 0. Y becomes 0 means opposite side becomes 0. Opposite side by hypotenuse is defined as the sine function. Therefore, this value is 0. Let us think it is 30 degree come to means. As this angle goes on increases, earlier it may be like here. As it comes to the new position, now it comes to 30 degree means. So you are seeing value of YC goes on increasing angle to angle. Y value is increasing. That means it is an increasing function. If you take on some standard data and calculate it, taking x and y preferably with 30 degree. If you take this x some value, y value, so that z should satisfy, y by z should be equal to sine 30. If you measure that side, it is found to be equal to half. And still you go to the 45 degree. Again y is increasing. So you are studied it is equal to 1 by root 2. Half is 0.5. 1 by root 2 is around 0.7. Still it increases to 60 degree. Angle is increasing, y value is increasing. You are seeing the value is going on increasing here. So that means it is root 3 by 2. When it comes and joins with y almost to 90 degree, this curve, you see the sign variation. So it is now y is joining with this means here. Hypotenuse and opposite side, this coming slowly and joining here, the size of the both become same. Y by z, y become equal to z and y by z become 1. Therefore, the answer is 1. If I show with beautifully with a graph, so this is theta and you are drawing the sine function. How this variation we can show in the graph. So in 90 degree we moved, a reflection I show here. So when you reach to 90 degree, it will take the value plus 1. Different values assigned. So in your quadrant ratio, if you taken the first quadrant, sine is got the value here, this it is a pi by 2 angle, maximum value got at 90 degree. Still you increase, let come to the other side, 90 plus, you are seeing value is decreasing, but it is still y. Y is positive, x is not worried, y by z is positive, therefore sine is remains positive. See here y is positive in the y axis, z is always positive, but goes on decreases. 90 plus 30, if you come here, you will get root 3 by 2. Because very high value. Again you come to 62 degrees, 60 degree and goes on decreases coming to this. When you come to 60 degree, that become 1 by root 2, again it is 45, 135. And then you come to the 45 degree to that. 60 degree means 90 plus 60 is 150. That takes value half. And again when it reaches to 180, you see, almost y is becoming lesser and lesser and reached 0. The answer is 0 here. Now you have seen how this function is varied from maximum 1. It took maximum 1, minimum 0. In the first and second quadrant, sine remained as positive. 0 to 180, I can show the other curve which varied like this, it become pi. It is in the second quadrant. See, this is the first quadrant, the second quadrant, 180. Now think about the third quadrant. What happens? Again, if you take on this likewise, I am not showing all those. I come to particular data. See, y value is negative. It is a negative y axis. Z may be positive, but y is negative. Therefore, sine takes negative values. Sine negative. And when you go to y again joins this opposite side, opposite side goes on increases. And again joins with the hypotenuse, maximum value it can reach is -1 at 2 pi by 3, 270 degree. If I shown it here, there you get -1. Curve will be like this. That is what we have shown here, 180 to 270 degree. And further if you expand it, so the same curve goes on, again decreases, value goes on decreases, and again when it joins, again when come to this position, value of y goes on decreased. See here y is high, y goes on decrease the value, and finally it becomes 0. That means 360 degree reached 2 pi. One cycle is completed, but you are in the negative axis. Third quadrant and fourth quadrant, sine is found to be negative. Sine value negative, sine value is negative, here only positive. It is third quadrant and this is the fourth quadrant. So in two quadrants, sine function is positive shown. In two quadrant it is negative. What is the maximum swing of sine value is, maximum can take +1 and minimum can -1. Possible +1 at what value? 90, and -1 is at 270, and 180 and 360 it takes value 0. Takes values. This is what the sign variation I shown, how the values are arranged there. Similarly, let us go to the cos function. So when I take the cos function, cos theta, again y and x, how we define cos x by z? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. When theta is 0, x adjacent side by hypotenuse like this. When theta is 0, you see the ratio become same value. Hypotenuse value and x value become same when theta is 0. When 1 by 1 or x by x or z by z become 1, because this value goes and joined with the x-axis. Therefore, I say it takes value +1. That means if I draw the curve similar here for the cos function x and y, so 0, +1 it is started, 0 degree value is +1. See here it is 0, sine is 0. But as you going on giving angles, for example, so 0 was here, some theta generated, you see y generated, but x value is going on decreasing, x was higher earlier. But z may be changing, so z may be constant, but you are taking that x value going on decreasing. So at 30 degree if you come to, Hal is higher because this x value with z, you are saying sine 30 is √3 by 2. And if you go for 45 degree measured suitably with x and z values, as I told for sines, it get √2. If you come to 60 degree, the curve is again, if you go on seeing it, so you will get 0. Curve will be like a sine, but reverse order. So we started from 0 reaching 90. So 60 may be equal to 1 by 2, and at 90 it becomes 0 because you see that the value goes on increases, means x value. Here I am to concentrate on x, not on y. We taken y in case of sine. Here x is going on decreasing time to time, term to term. Then x is almost become 0. Hypotenuse is on y axis, x is 0. That means you think x by z, 0 by anything is 0. Therefore cos 90 becomes 0. Coming to the left side here, that is why curve comes to be 0 value. That means value goes on decrease here and reach the value 0. Conveniently I am showing on the x-axis. This is equal to pi by 2. Let's come to the negative side. Again x generates, x value generated, but negative side of x, please remember negative side of x, x by z, z is always positive, x is negative. Because of this, cos function in the second quadrant become negative. Second quadrant cos become negative. But as the angle goes on increases with respect to origin 90 degree plus, as the value goes on increases, angle goes on increases, x value is going on increases, but negative value increases. When again x become equal to z minus 1, because x by z, or it may be x by x or z by x, become when it is almost 180, you got a value where it is minus 1, takes value minus 1 when it comes to 180 degree. So therefore this minus values you can take, it is a minus half, the less value. Further increases 1 by root 2 but minus. Further increases, it become root 3 by 2 but minus. But when goes to that value, it is 1 but minus. See the beauty again. In cos function you are seeing started from plus 1 become 0 and minus 1. That again it swing, like cos is also varying maximum between 1 plus 1 to minus 1, and at cos 90 becomes 0. And second quadrant, if I draw the curve, so curve will be like this when it become pi. Take the value minus 1. So when theta 0, 1, when theta 180, minus 1, but theta 90, 0. Similarly, you go to the third quadrant, again when it generates like here, so as the value goes on decreases, so you are seeing that value, x value is decreasing but still negative side. Remember x is on the negative side of the x-axis, z is positive, but as you are moving with different angles towards 270, 180 to 270 in the third quadrant, if you observe, the value goes on decreases and becomes 0 at 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3. It become, see that almost x becomes 0. X tends to 0. Therefore, cos function becomes 0 again at 270. At 90 becomes 0. At 270 also it shows cos function 0. But negative. It is the second quadrant and third quadrant. You are seeing only in the first quadrant cos is positive. I am writing only positive terms. Negative I have not written. Second and third quadrant cos function is seems to be negative. And now you come to the fourth quadrant where you are seeing that again if you move, see the x is generating. Further x is generating, x is increasing towards right, and x is in the positive side. X by z is the cos function. Again almost when it joins with x, 360 degree completes, again it become 1. Again it become 1 plus 1. So you are seeing this become plus, sorry, it is a sine function here. I am showing this here, this value, almost it become plus 1 at 360 degree. Plus 0, 90, 180, 270, again this. You see that this fourth quadrant cos is positive. Cos function is positive. Therefore, I take cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. right? I hope you are followed. The variation of x in the first quadrant, x goes on decreases, y increases, but x goes on decreases and makes the cost function maximum to 0. In the second quadrant, x is negative, but goes on decreases and becomes 0. So as it goes on increases in the negative side and takes at 180 minus 1. Third quadrant 180 to 270 again becomes 0. In the fourth quadrant 0 to again come to plus 1. Fourth quadrant x is positive. So sine is positive in the first and second quadrant. Cos is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. Then what may be positive in the third quadrant is sure. Nothing but the tan. Why? Because when tan I read tan theta, sin theta by cos theta. Sin is also negative, cos is also negative. Therefore, sin theta by cos theta can made positive. Because minus of minus cancels, only tan is positive in the fourth quadrant, and as sin and cos both are positive in the first quadrant, therefore I can write in the first quadrant tan is positive. That is what I tried with graph, how this would be, and how the graph for the cos function, it is called a sine wave. Sine curve is following. Sinusoidal wave we name as it in mathematics. Cos curve is similar, but origin is, angles are different. 0 it is 90, but variation is same. And as come to the tan function, tan theta is a ratio of sine and cos. Easily you come to know ratio. If you take 0 by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2 become 1 by root 3. This both become 1. Root 3 by 2 become root 3. Divide sine by cos, here we have 1 by 0. Anything divided by 0, the term raised to infinity. And similarly, root 3 by 2, half is minus root 3. Again it is minus 1. And again it is minus 1 by root 3. And 0. 0 by anything is 0. So thus you are seeing the tan function. If I show you the tan function with respect to theta at 90 pi by 2, and it may be around 45 takes value 1. Value 1. So it is 0 degree 0 value. And 90 infinite reaches, it become 1. And at 90 degree it goes to infinity. That means curve is going like this. This takes the value 1. And negative value also there, other side. I have not shown one side. The tan curve will go like this, similarity, tending to infinity. So tan is positive in the third quadrant and first quadrant. For this there is a synonym used. So all are positive, all basic ratios are positive. A, here sine, here tan, here cos. That ASTC. KSRTC, no, ASTC. Add sugar to coffee. Add sugar to coffee means move in the anti-clockwise direction. All are positive. Tan, sine, cos are positive. And sine is positive in the second quadrant. Tan is positive in the third quadrant. Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. The trick is very much necessary in solutions. That most important term you have to remember. All are positive. Sine, cos, tan. Sine is positive in the second quadrant. Tan is third quadrant positive. Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. And another one term you have to remember by which all possible angles of sine, cos, tan or even the cosecant, secant, cot can be obtained. What that is, I am coming to that one. I hope you are already have experience in this. You are learnt last in high school, 10th standard better. But only I summarizing, again saying what are the possible values the sine, cos and tan takes. Remember, in the first quadrant up to 90 all are positive. Whereas 90 to 180, you are saying sine is only positive, these two are negative. We have explained why it becomes, and it is called as a sine wave, cos wave. Sine function varies between -1 to +1 maximum, and cos also varies between -1 to +1, but tan function can vary between 0 to infinity for any real number. Possible, any value it can assign, like cot can also be assigned. Similarly, cosecant, secant have the variation in this order. But tan and cot can vary, take any value between 0 to infinity. So that is what, understanding that, and in which quadrant, which value is positive or negative, most importantly, you have to remember. Then how this allied angle supports, I tell you, that with that I conclude today's class. That is, suppose if sine or cos or tan, if an angle theta dash given is 90 plus or minus theta, it is 90 plus or minus theta, or 270 degree plus or minus theta, then complementary values comes when we apply the trigonometric ratio for this. Complementary. Complementary means one is tapping the other. If it is a sine, it goes to cos. If it is cos, goes to sine. Or if it is a tan, goes to cot. Reverse also true. That is what complementary tell. First I say what I told is, if we have sine 90 plus or minus theta, 90 plus theta or 90 minus theta you can write. I told you in the beginning, 90 plus theta is the second quadrant, 90 minus theta will be in the first quadrant. But according to this rule, it become cos theta. That is what I tried to convince you here. Suppose if it is a cos 90 plus or minus theta, then it becomes sine theta. I am sine convention, I am coming later. I not applied the sine convention. I only saying sine become cos, cos become sine, tan become cot if it is of the angles 90 plus or minus or 270 plus or minus. So tan plus or minus theta leading to cot theta. Now it is preferably you have to think in which side it is, which, for example, if I take this sine 90 minus theta, I am writing cos theta, no doubt. But problem is how it comes, I will show it. One or two I show, thereby you can, same principle you can apply and confirm yourself what the formula is showing is right. 90 minus theta, you know, in case of that, 90 minus theta, if it is theta, we are writing 90 minus theta, which is in the first quadrant. First quadrant, sine function is positive. Don't see that one. You see this, you are measuring sine, not cos. Cos is coming in solution. So positive, therefore it is plus cos theta. Same sine 90 plus theta if you write. So it is also cos theta, but 90 plus theta. If it is theta, total angle become 90 plus theta, which is in the second quadrant. What I have to write? Second quadrant sine is positive. Therefore, I can write it as plus cos theta. Because sine function is positive both in first and second quadrant. Let us think the same. I think you are followed here. Sin 90 minus theta is in the first quadrant. Sin 90 plus theta is also in the second quadrant. But in both cases, sin function, first and second quadrant is positive. I assigned the sign. Now see the logic. I remove this and show you. Instead of that, if I use cos 90 or cos 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta, no doubt it becomes sin theta. That is what according to this rule. But you have to follow the earlier one. 90 minus theta is in the first quadrant. All are positive. Therefore, without seeing anything, you put the positive sign. But when come to cos 90 plus theta, it is in the second quadrant. Therefore, you have to put it as a negative because cos function is negative in the second quadrant. It only positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. I think followed. Even if I can show, if you have followed it, I can show for tan. Let's see, I remove the same too. If I am writing tan 90 minus theta and tan 90 plus theta, tan become cot theta, no doubt. Tan 90 minus theta is in the first quadrant. First quadrant tan function is positive plus. Tan 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant tan function is negative, therefore minus. So both together, I told you one trick, that is in the fourth quadrant, follow ASTC. In first quadrant, all are positive. Second quadrant, sin positive. Third quadrant, tan positive. Fourth quadrant, cos positive. And taking this, whenever you are measuring sin or cos or tan, if the angle is 90 plus or minus theta or 270 plus or minus theta, complementary angles comes. Complementary functions, sin is become cos, cos become sin. Similarly, tan become cot, or cot become tan, sin become cos, or cos become sin. So it is a second important trick I had given you. The third, similarly I can show for the tan, sin, for 180, 270 plus or minus theta also. I am coming to the other theta dashes. I remove this. Theta dash is 180 degree plus or minus theta, or it is 360 degree plus or minus theta. Now is no change. No change in the trigonometric ratio. No changes in the trigonometric ratio, but only have to follow the sign convention. That means sin remains as sin, cos remains as cos, tan remains as a tan. No changes. That means if I take here the same things, coming to this part, I am deleting this and coming to this part one. Sin of 180 plus or minus theta. When we go to 180 plus theta, suppose this is theta, then this angle become 180 minus theta. Or if it is theta, this become 180 plus theta, right? So 180 minus theta, suppose if you take 180 minus theta, only minus for example. Sin function repeats, I told I have to write here also 180 minus theta, and if I return it is 180 minus theta. Cos coming as cos theta, tan coming as tan theta. No changes at all. But the problem is here 180 minus theta is in the second quadrant. Sin is positive, therefore this sign is plus. When come to cos, 180 minus theta, cos is negative, minus cos. Tan is negative, second quadrant, minus. Similarly, if I go to sine 180 plus theta or cos 180 plus theta or tan 180 plus theta, I have to write the same, no doubt, sine cos theta and a tan theta, no changing. Sine remains as sine, cos remains as cos, tan remains as tan. Whether positive, negative decides here. 180 plus theta is in the third quadrant. Third quadrant only tan is positive. Therefore, I can write this plus these two become negative. Using this technique, within no time, you are able to find the values easily. Simplification become easier. The two tricks I mentioned here, that one is which quadrant, which trigonometric function is positive ratio, trigonometric ratio. I am concluding with this today's class. Trigonometry we started. You know sine, tan, cos and also variations. Sine varies between +1 to -1. Cos also between plus to -1. Tan, cot varies for between infinity, 0 to infinity. But again, when you go to the allied angles round the clock of the circle, 360 degree. So when we measuring the angles in the first, second, third or fourth quadrant, one of the important trick mentioned you, that in all are positive, sine, cos, tan in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant only sine positive. That means sine whenever comes, you think about two quadrants, 1 and 2 are positive. In other quadrants it is negative. When the cos comes, you think about first and the fourth quadrant, positive. In other two quadrants it is negative. Cos function positive only in the first and the fourth quadrant. Again, when you come to the tan, it is first and the third quadrant positive. In others it is negative. Keeping in this in mind, when the angles comes here, looking through that, first you understand which quadrant it belongs to, whether first or second or third. That will make you to assign the sign only, positive or negative. And if the condition is the secondary, then complementary function arises, trigonometric ratio. Sine convert to cos, cos convert to sine, tan convert to cot, or reverse also. But if the angle is 180 plus or minus theta, or 360 plus or minus theta, then you will get the value. Same sine, cos, tan, sine function accordingly, after seeing this, whether which quadrant it belongs to, put the sign convention accordingly, but no sign changes. So allied angles may be converted into angle less than 90 degree. That because why I am stressing is, your log table gives you the angle only for 0 to 90 degree. For not 120, 135, 270, 300 degrees, the table is not giving the numerical values of the trigonometric ratios. Therefore, if anywhere if we got the value more than 90 degree, we have to convert it and bring it to less than 90 degree. That is made possible with the help of this knowledge. The two tricks, how this happens, one or two tricks I show you in the why it is happening so in the next class. And please recall, revise your high school standard, what you learnt about the trigonometry. Don't delete it, because most important tool, in every chapter, in every page, you will see a trigonometric function in physics. And simplification completely relied on that. And your importance of trigonometry most arises in the vectors, where vector is fully dependent on physics. Because most of the physical quantities are vector quantities. When vector comes, sine, cos, tan functions are must and most importantly necessary. Don't neglect, go through, revise yourself, and let us see in the next class.